experts in a committee who would sit down and make all the important things to be considered and then give approval,
Right.
then in that case today, we wouldn't have been questioned. But even at the council level, I recall there are some few councillors who were not in agreement to the mode in which these disbursements were made, in fairness to them. Because maybe they thought that the committee could have been more authentic.
Yes.
Let the request pass to the committee,
Yes.
especially educationists. They will be in a position to sit down and take all the necessary decisions before we come in to support as the administrators.
Correct.
Okay, because at that level, if you sit with them at the council level, and they tell you that, okay, yes, we are going to put this in the budget, and then we will make sure to it that it is endorsed by the ministry, it really puts you as an administrator in a very difficult position now.
Yes.
It really does.
I understand. This is for political gains. If we want to sugarcoat it, we can. I am not going to sugarcoat it. It's for political gains, to score political points. So we use council's resources for the interest of one man. And then another comes and does the same thing. Another comes and may do the same thing, for instance. And the country goes backwards and backwards and backwards. And we start the blame game. That's the reality. That is why it is not in the interest of the mayor to say that the payment should go in the usual way. Imagine all these people receiving $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $20,000. I am not saying they are not entitled to the money for Banjul. It should go to Banjul. The money for KMC should go to the KMC in the right manner, not in the name of one individual. You agree with me?
Well, I agree.
Yes.
Totally.
So if we are to say it, I don't care what anyone thinks. It's to score political points, Mr. Batchily. It's to score political points. And if anyone is honest to themselves, anybody, they know this is totally wrong. They know it's to score political points. Otherwise, what will be the explanation? You see it. They write to you. You make sure it is given, and then they send you appreciation for most of these monies that are going through people. You don't have interest for the area council. That's it. But to be honest, Mr. Batchily, I think there are times that you should have said no. I have to be honest to you. For these issues, these monies that were signed and approved in the unusual manner, it could be very difficult. But if I also have to be very honest to you, there are moments that you should have said, no, I cannot do it. It's not the usual way.
Okay, I accept what you said. But maybe you...
Yeah, please proceed.
Yes. You may proceed before I ask the question.
Okay. You can be very right if you say that, you should have been in a position to say no in some cases. But at our level too, we have had cases and experiences that did not encourage us subsequently to also be saying no in certain cases where we should say no. Because we saw the repercussions.
You saw?
We have experienced some repercussions.
Like?
That were just based on, for example, this is not based on time frame, but I'm just saying a general one, which really kind of made it very difficult subsequently, at times to be saying no. Because the thing is, I recall we had a heated argument, myself, with a former acting mayor. I don't want to go by name, former acting mayor. So she called me to her office. Then the finance committee chairperson wanted to organize a 3-day meeting to scrutinize the budget. Okay, she called me to her office and told me that CEO, I heard that the chairperson finance committee wants to have a meeting over 3 days to scrutinize the budget. I said, yes, I've seen so. And I think I'll go ahead with it because that's the request he made. He's the chairperson of the committee. She told me no, but we are not going to agree to that. I said, but who are we to say no to that? Because he's the chairperson of the finance committee. So I think our best bet is to allow him to have his 3-day meeting, and then from there on we take up the budget to the ministry for endorsement. Or as he told me, no, me, I'm not in agreement. I said, okay, I'm not saying you are not in agreement, but the advances you are making in terms of saying no to this proposed meeting, I'm not also going by it because I'm not the one who should tell the chairperson how many days to meet or the scrutinization of the budget. So it ended up at the ministry. She went to the ministry and went to the PS and explained to the PS about the situation. So eventually they called me to the ministry. They told me that if I cannot do what she wanted, you understand, that I'll face the music.
Let me show you what is very common in all these claims. Yes, Chair.
You proceed on that. Mr. Batchily, looking at the few vouchers that we have selected to put to you, as has been put to you by the late council, you will agree with me that for most of the monies that have been expended, they are not within the budget that has been approved for the particular year in question. Is that a fair statement to make?
Unfortunately, I would say no, ma.
What?
I would say no.
I'm not saying that the amount you have not catered for some of these activities, but what has been expended in some of these activities is far beyond what you have in your budget. Looking at your financial documents, that is what I'm asking. Looking at your financial documents, the reality of your finances, what you have expended on these activities is far more than what you have budgeted for throughout the period under review that we are currently doing. Is it a fair statement?
Oh, you mean starting from
2018?
2018 to now?
Yes.
Okay, then I will not deny that.
Yes, because your records show that you've been going to the banks to ask for overdraft to pay salaries.
I will not deny.
But at the same time, you've been expending monies on these activities, as the lead counsel has put to you.
Yeah, I agree.
So how would you now reconcile these two? There has been so much deficit in your books.
It will be difficult to reconcile as of now.
Yes. So which means even whereas, you understand, you have some constraints in saying no, your budget did not allow you to make such expenditure. Is that not the case?
Yeah, eventually, yes.
Not eventually. Your budget did not allow you to make those expenditures.
You know, if my understanding is talking about the whole period on the review,
Yes.
there I will understand.
Yes.
But then the moment you talk about maybe if it's on a specific year, that's my understanding becomes a bit different.
Yes. What is
Because-
your understanding when it's year to year?
Yeah, because every financial year
Yes.
we have budgeted sums,
Yes.
for social expenditure.
Yes.
For every specific year.
Yes. I will ask you a specific question. Please do me a favor.
Yeah,
Look at your social support
yeah.
for 2018 to 2023.
Okay.
Right?
No, I would agree
Because
based on what you're saying.
we have the facts.
I agree based on what
Yeah.
you're saying.
It's nothing compared to what you have budgeted to expend
Yeah.
under these various years that we are reviewing.
Can I come in?
Yes.
Okay. like I say, after having fully understood what you were saying,
Yes.
I am with you.
Yes.
But now the thing
So
is,
you agree? You agree?
yeah,
that-
I'm with you here.
Yes.
I just want to give an explanation,
All right. Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I would concur with what you said, but then if you look at the patterns of such expenditures, these are not something that is determined by the administration. These are determined by the council itself, especially if it comes to the social support, whatever. It's not decided by the administration.
But Mr. Sorry to intervene again. But if you said this is not decided by the administration,
Yeah,
you begin to give us some challenge
yeah,
in the sense that you have the financial manual, which is guiding you.
yeah.
You have the Financial Audit Act, which is guiding you. You have the Local Government Act, which is guiding you. Yes, indeed, the council and the mayor are political appointees. But then this is why the system is designed in such a way that there should be checks and balances. And the checks against the political appointees is the administration. So that when they want to go beyond what is set out for them to do, you bring them back and say, this is what is provided for. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Is
no,
that
no.
not why we have all these legislations to
Yeah.
guide you
Yes.
as administration?
Yes.
So would it be honest to say that yes, you couldn't do anything because it is the mayor who is a political appointee and the councillors who are elected politically, so they have an overriding say in what you have to do as administration to make sure that the finances of the council are expeditiously expended on issues that you are supposed to expend this money on?
Can I tell?
Yes.
No, ma, I'm not. You see, I'm not trying to say that. Okay, we are innocent. They are the ones. No, I'm not really coming from that point of view. But what I'm saying now here is, here we are talking about. If I could understand you very well, we are talking about optimal allocation of resources. I think that's my understanding from what you are saying. The optimal use of resources. Because like I say, we challenge them in council meetings. We talk about these things. The mode of disbursing social support, it fell short of best practices. There I 100% agree. It's not about I'm pointing a finger there, because eventually they are the ones who decided, such payments. They are the ones who budget for social support. They are the ones who budget for similar things. So looking at it from, like, as you are saying, an optimal allocation of resources, there I 100% agree with you.
Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Batchily, I have also vouchers here to show you what they have in common. These requests addressed to the mayor's office are usually minuted to you, right?
Yes.
The first one, what is the amount? What is the request for? The first one.
The first one you gave is about being disbursement as council support to settle the house rental areas of Bawinyas of 61 Lancaster Street.
Yes, but try and please speak into the microphone.
Yeah.
Did the mayor minute on that request?
Yes.
Please read it out.
CEO, please take care of this ASAP, as the whole family are already outside of the street.
Is that an instruction or is it a directive?
I would say it's a directive.
Okay. Turn to the next one.
You mean the same one?
No, the next voucher. What is it about?
being disbursement of pro forma invoice for medical support to Mustapha Jallo.
What did the mayor write?
See
For
you,
your attention.
please facilitate, it is urgent.
Is there an amount there?
60,000.
Is it how much you approved?
Check. Yes,
Based on the instruction, the directive.
yes, based on the directive here.
Read the next one.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
What is it for?
Being disbursement as council's contribution as financial support to Amy Johnson of 62 Lancaster Street.
How much?
10,000.
What is the minute? What is minuted on the,
CEO, please facilitate 10,000 for council support.
and how much was given? $10,000.
Yeah, 10,000.
Is it a yes?
Yes.
So you acted as directed. You acted as you were directed.
Yes.
The last one?
No, there are two more.
Yes.
Being disbursement as council's contribution as financial support to Fatoumata Sidibe, a widow and her children.
How much was given?
5,000.
How much were you directed as per the minutes?
5,000.
Just read it out, please.
Please facilitate $5,000 to support her and her children.
The next one, please. The last one?
No, second to last.
Okay.
Being council's support for financial assistance,
How much was given?
20,000.
Okay. What was written on the request? To you, from the mayor?
CEO, please facilitate 20,000 for a startup.
So you gave the amount you were directed to give.
Yeah.
Okay. The last one.
Being disbursement as council support towards a financial assistance of 10,000.
How much?
10,000.
Okay. Please read the minutes from the mayor.
CEO, please facilitate 10,000 for Cholo to start petty trading in order for her to be able to keep her family.
You paid as you were directed.
Yes.
Okay. I have one here from Hadi Cook to the office of the Lord Mayor. $35,000 was paid to her for disbursement as council support to Hadi Cook of Lancaster to purchase a sewing machine. The minutes read from the mayor. CEO, please facilitate from the. I cannot read this. I'm sure you can read this.
Can I help you?
Okay, it appears as if it's CEO, please read from the empowerment fund, but just read it from the place. What did the mayor write?
CEO, please facilitate the amount of 35,000 from the empowerment fund. 35,000.
Please read it again, louder.
CEO, please facilitate the sum of 35,000 from the empowerment fund.
And that is how much you also facilitated,
Yeah, I paid as stipulated.
as directed.
Yes.
We have also a voucher number 22000664, where $100 was given by way of check to Bena Banjul South. And the minutes to you was, CEO, please facilitate the amount of $100 only for the event. The word only, in fact, is on this one. Do you know why it is important?
No.
To instruct you that you must only give $100.
Can I kindly see it?
Yes, yes, yes. What is that? Let's take it one at a time. What is that voucher about?
Council's contribution for the fundraising carnival.
Okay. Now,
this-
there's a letter seeking for donation, right? From,
Yes. Yes.
and it's addressed to the mayor. Who is it addressed to?
Yes, yes. It's addressed to the mayors.
Can you please read the letter?
As our dearest friend, dear Madam, Lord Mayor Rahim Maliklo, as our dearest friend and esteemed well-wisher, we indulge you to patronize us with the magnanimity to make our program, which is slated for the 18th of February 2022, a success. You are without a shadow of doubt a compatriot, a lover of Banjulian youths, and especially Bena Banjul South. Your contribution to national development cannot be overemphasized, and therefore, we without hesitation proclaim and recognize our litany of progressive ideals rather towards youth empowerment and the socio-economic growth of our motherland. Whilst thanking you, we look forward to you acquiescing our supplication and envisage a favorable response.
Was this meted to you?
Yes.
Please read.
It is you. Please facilitate the amount of $100,000 only for the event.
What does that mean?
To give exactly the amount of $100,000.
That you can't go
over that.
over the amount, you cannot go below the amount.
Yeah.
So you were directed to give $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's what you gave?
Yeah.
Before I proceed, I have many. That's why I said earlier on, this is the peculiar nature of these monies that are authorized. You understand that? So that was why I still go back to when I told you that you, based on the documents we see, appears as if you were only the rubber stamp of the mayor. I know it's harsh word, but I'm talking about the facts. You understand that? Again, when this person sits and says that you are the one who decides, you are the one who decides, you are the CEO, you are the one who advises all this. I know you've already said that's not true, but the minutes they speak for, it speaks for itself. Do you understand that?
Very well.
Now, well, I've already asked the question multiple times, Mr. Batchily. What operated is, to a certain degree, having duplication of jobs. I told the mayor that in some instances, in fact, most instances, he or she, sorry, doubled as the paying out cashier. Do you know what I mean? Doubled as a finance director, as a CEO, and as a paying out cashier. But Mr. Batchily, why did you allow this?
Okay, once again, I would like to take the opportunity to really reiterate my stance on these social expenditures. Like I say, the council, together with the administration, will sit and come up with a budget. The budget is approved by the council. It's sent to the ministry for endorsement. Requests are made based on some of these areas that are budgeted. My concern here is, how could we have convinced the council that giving away support in this particular manner was not the right way? I have told you yesterday, especially with regards to the sponsorships, I gave you the names of 2 individuals
Yes.
who witnessed myself advising the mayor directly without any ill feeling that, look, don't you think that, it will be more credible if at all it's a committee that should be coming up with such proposals? Like if we had a cultural committee,
Right.
or things like a welfare committee,
Correct.
if they had been sitting and then assessing the needs of the people who come for support,
Yes.
then I don't think today we would have been subjected to all this questioning.
I agree.
But then, if I had, like I say, late council, it's not that at times you just don't want to get up and say like no. But then, like I said, we went through experience of repercussions happening, and that alone is the motivating factor. But still, it doesn't make it right though. I'm going to have 101% agreement to that. Because when you say, well, no, we've budgeted for it, it went through ministry, they've endorsed it. So what would be the basis of you trying to stop them? It is not about simply shying away from responsibilities. I in particular, I don't shy away from my responsibilities. If at all I'm pointed as not taking them up, I'll accept it. But then it's about giving a general picture of what used to happen, so that tomorrow, for example, we're doing this for tomorrow, not just for today. So that tomorrow, anybody who comes to council, you get to understand that, look, to support the community could be a laudable effort, but then it has to be done through certain channels.
How many committees do you have?
We have establishment committee,
Yes.
finance,
Okay.
planning and development,
Right.
and yes, these are the ones that are more functional.
Let me read you. So what is the role of the finance committee?
The role of the finance committee is to deal with all matters relating to finance.
Okay. And so would it be out of place to have the finance committee to deal with this matter?
No, in a way, I would say no. No, they should not be away from this matter. They should not be away from this matter, because normally, if all the other committees, come up with proposals
Yes.
on matters relating to expenditure,
Yes.
the volumes that could be, by right, they should go to the finance committee.
So why did you write your advice? Is it written?
No, my advice was mainly during forums.
Will you find that in any minutes of, I'm not saying you did not, any
Yes.
minutes of meeting of council to say that you have recommended that the practice that has been adopted by either the council or the mayor is not the best practice, and therefore this matter should be referred to to the finance committee?
I'll check it out.
Come again?
I'll check it out.
Okay. I ask this because we need the evidence that you have written to show that this is not the usual way.
I'll check it out.
Same, we have $150,000 is given to the Banjul Padul. And the same CEO, please facilitate the amount of $150,000 is only for the Padul. And it was, the same amount was given. We have seen Babu Garsar, $30,000. And in the minute from CEO, from the mayor, CEO, please facilitate $30,000 for the event. Same amount was paid. $86,000 is disbursement as council's contribution towards the Tobacco Youth Road Carnival. CEO, please pay $86,000 for the please pay $86,000 for Bena Tobacco Road Youth Organization. CEO, to complement their efforts, can we please facilitate and sponsor the 3 events, namely 1, 2, and 3? 3 events, namely 1, 2, and 3, totaling $86,000. And the same amount was approved. $10,000 is support for Fatu Baji. Again, CEO, please facilitate the amount of $10,000. The amount was paid. $30,000 is council support towards Dakar Open Championship in Senegal. Do you know that monies for Banjul City Council are to be benefited solely for the people of Banjul as a general rule?
Yes.
Please, that is a convenient point to stop. If not, you will not be taken. The RTS has spoken. So when we come back after lunch break, we'll continue. So we right.